Governor Greg Abbott this week officially designating the Council on American Islamic Relations along with the Muslim Brotherhood as terrorist organizations.
One of the founders of CARE in Texas is in prison for 65 years because of financing terrorism. Just 2 years ago, in the aftermath of the October 7th attack by Hamas on Israel, the executive director of CARE was praising that attack that killed Americans. There is a long-standing connection between CARE and terror.
A CARE spokesman here in Houston pushing back on what his group sees as Islamophobic bigotry.
We are not and will not be intimidated by smear campaigns launched by politicians like Mr. Abbott. Mr. Abbott is defaming us and other American Muslims because we are effective advocates for justice here and abroad.
Panel, as you may remember, Governor Abbott supported and signed a law in the last legislative session prohibiting the use of so-called Sharia law in Texas. Where will I go first? I think Gary Pollak.
Yeah, CARE, there may be good people in CARE that are not tied to terrorism, but the Muslim Brotherhood is bad news. Muslim Brotherhood is behind Hamas, Hezbollah, tied in with Iran, all enemies of the United States and Israel and other pro-democracy. This guy, if they don't like what Governor Abbott said, my response is sue him. You say he's lying about you, you sue him. The Holy Land Foundation, which you know about, these people got convicted in Florida for conspiracy and the like. So this is, but what's really going on here is Governor Abbott is indicating, at least to me, he plans to run for president, because these are national issues as opposed to state issues. So that's what I see from a political viewpoint, which is, fine. If that's what he wants to do, great.
Political being the operative word. Bill was highly critical of the Sharia law stuff because it's kind of vague. Is this just showboating?
So, for some reason, I don't entirely understand. The Republican primary base has become obsessed with the Muslims, and so you see it on social media. So Abbott, who has his ear to that and is very carefully is responding to that. Let me just a couple clarifying points. Muslim Brotherhood does not operate in the United States. There's no organization here called Muslim Brotherhood. There's actually not even a coherent group. They mostly operate in Egypt for the most part. The problem that CARE has, and this is part of the problem with people that are not Muslim trying to look at the Muslim world. CARE is primarily a Palestinian organization. It is dominated by Palestinian Americans, some very prominent, by the way. But it does not speak for all Muslim groups by any stretch of the imagination, even though their name would sort of imply that. So I would just encourage you that when you're looking at the Muslim community, do not think this is some monolithic group of people. They are as diverse as Christians are, or Jews are, or anybody else, and they've got very different worldviews.
Chris, I'm guessing you think this amounts to demonization, and a slippery slope?
I do, and as Gary said, I met with I forgot with CARE. I've done work with CARE in different capacities over the years, and the Holy Land Foundation people, before they got indicted, came to me and didn't have the amount of money that it would have taken to get me to get on that case.
And so they're in jail now.
I've looked at a lot of those cases, and you have to look at each one, as Bill said, individually, and you cannot demonize everyone in a community as diverse and as big as the Muslim community is and say this is bad because they're Islamic or they're Muslim.
All right. We're going to keep an eye on it, okay? Up next, a major contender for Harris County judge on the Republican side of the ticket. We will hear from conservative candidate Orlando Sanchez on the other side of this break.